What's going on? My name is Matt Parker and today is my absolute pleasure to be reviewing the Squier Affinity Jazz Bass 6. And spoiler alert, it's so good, I bought one. Now, before we get on with the review and demo, please remember to like and subscribe as it really helps me to grow this YouTube channel. Right, let's get back to it. Now, the Squier Affinity Jazz Bass 6 isn't to be confused with a normal Bass 6, but it actually is a new release from Squier and takes on the 6-string bass market with an affordable jazz bass style instrument. Just because it's cheap, however, don't let that price put you off. It is a solid instrument and has some really nice features, which mean it definitely punches above its price point. So taking a look at the Squier Affinity Jazz Bass 6, you can see it's got some key features. Features a very nice and lightweight poplar body, which is really comfy. It's actually an oversized jazz bass body and features a metallic black finish, which is poly. You'll notice that it's got these 6-string jazz bass pickups, and these are ceramic magnets, so they're quite high output. And then in terms of controls, it's got your typical volume, and master tone, as we'd come to expect from passive jazz bass. Taking a look at the bridge, you can see it's got a very traditional style bridge with barrel saddles, and these feature 17mm string spacing, which tightens it up a little bit compared to a 4-string jazz bass, but it's really comfortable. It's not too close and it's not too far. It's just a nice, comfortable string spacing that we would typically find on 6-string basses. So taking a look at the headstock, you can see it's a 4+2 design, which I believe is new for Squier or Fender, and is really nice actually. I think it's a very handsome looking headstock design, and then you can just see it's got a small Squier logo up at the top. Spinning the bass around, you can see it's got this satin poly finish, and then it's got these 6 lightweight die-cast sealed tuners. I've heard a few other reviewers saying that these are a little bit sloppy, but that hasn't been the experience in my case. They've been fine. I wouldn't be looking to upgrade them straight away, but just something to be mindful of if that is something that you experience if you were to buy one. Moving to the neck, you can see it's quite a wide neck, as to be expected for a 6-string, with a 52mm nut width and a really nice slab of laurel as a fingerboard. One of the best things about this bass, however, is that although it's got a slim C-shaped neck, it's very, very stable, and that's because Squier have included graphite reinforcement. Now, at this price point, that for me probably makes this the best cheap 6-string bass you can buy. In fact, it's so good, I've bought this bass. Looking at the back of the bass, it's a bolt-on, but rather than having a neck plate like we'd see a lot of Squiers, you can see it's actually got these recessed 6 bolts here, which just means, again, that you've got a really, really stable neck joint, and I really like this. Moving back to the body, we can also see it's got this really handsome 3-ply black guard, which is black, white, and black. And again, just kind of like really helps cement what a nice quality instrument this feels like. Right, I know why you're all here. Let's get down to some tones. So there we have it, the Squier Affinity Jazz Bass 6. Now, I'm a huge fan of 6-string basses. I used to play them a lot, and my second bass was an unlined fretless 6, which I gigged for 2 years. So I definitely know my way around a 6-string. And honestly, this is the second best 6-string I've ever played, the first being a £4,000 Dingwall that I used to own. In fact, I find this bass so impressive that I actually went and bought it and then took it to a gig immediately. And the only modification I've done so far is a setup to taste and to add some strap locks. Speaking of setup, because of that graphite reinforced neck, it's incredibly easy to get a low action on this bass. In fact, I've managed to get my action to 1.5mm on the low B and at just a millimeter at the high C. I really like a low action, and for me this is perfect. And honestly, I did not expect to be able to get such incredibly low action on this bass, but the fretwork is so good that you can play it all the way up the neck and you don't get any buzzing, and that was one of the key draws for me in keeping this bass. Now, one of the other pros is that although it's an elongated jazz bass body, it's actually very light thanks to the fact it's made of poplar. This is perfect for me because I do a lot of long gigs at kind of a minimum of 2 hours usually, and so this is one of the reasons that I wanted to get this bass, just this kind of like a function bass backup. In fact, I wouldn't hesitate to recommend this bass to anyone. In fact, the only criticism I have, and I don't know if this is my technique or if this is just an oversight in terms of the body shape, is this, and I'll show you now. When I'm trying to play with an open hand technique and I move around, I'm constantly hitting the knuckle of my pinky finger on this lower horn, and I'm not sure why, but I do it all the time. And if I'm not, I'm hitting my middle finger, because to have a nice open hand position, you can hear it, it's just banging. So that's the only downside to this bass. However, at $299 shipped, I cannot think of a better 6-string bass for the money. In fact, going back to what I said earlier, this is the second best 6-string bass I've ever played. So there we have it, the Squier Affinity Jazz Bass 6. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I really love this bass and I can't wait to play it a bit more. It's definitely going to be staying on the rack. This is my bass, I own it, but I'm trying to be unbiased in terms of the review. If you liked it, please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps me grow the channel, and I look forward to seeing you next time. I've been Matt Parker. See you soon.